My name is Steven and this is my channel, Heart's Delight Exports. Hey, how's it going? So today I'm making a bit of a different type of project. This is a spindle from an old chair that I had out in the backyard. The winter wasn't kind to it and it finally started splitting apart and collapsing. I figured this was an interesting shape. It looked pretty good, right? That's something. It has to be useful for something. Then I came in the shop and I remembered I had these table legs. Neighbor had a table, decided he had no more use for it, took the legs and lopped them off and burned the rest. This was all that was left of the little table. Figured I could make something out of this. Why not take this and make it into a head, use the leg as a handle, and make myself a bit of a mallet. Could look pretty good, right? Okay, so the first thing I need to do is take the end of my leg here and turn it down so that I got a nice straight piece of dowel that'll go up through the head, right? Anchor my handle to the head of my mallet. But I don't have a lathe. So how am I going to do this? Well, this is an option. Needed at least that long and for the handle to go through. Now the question is, how tall do I need it? Reality, I'm going to start pretty small and work my way. I'm going to start with the blade barely above the table and I'll keep adding height to it until I get a good diameter for a dowel. So that gives me pretty good dowel on the end, right? Well, yes and no. If I put this through the head now as is, I'm gonna have very little of the mallet head left. So I need to take this down smaller. That's better, but I think I still need to go a little bit thinner. Do it one more time. I raise the blade just a little bit more. That looks pretty good. I should have a 1/2 inch or maybe a bit more on either side of the hole. The corners on this head are already rounded over a bit, so it's going to make it a little difficult to get measurements on a rounded edge. It should be okay. I'll even take a hole punch and give myself a good starting point. Now the drill bit won't bounce and jump out of the hole where I want it. If I try to put the mallet handle into it now as is, what's going to end up happening is that as this dowel goes in, it's going to force all the glue out. It's not going to do me any good like that at all. So I'm going to take my drill bit and wobble it around a little bit to make the hole a little bit uneven. It mightn't seem like a great idea, but it'll give the glue some place to settle, and I'm talking about 1/8 and 1/16 of an inch here. It's not going to make the fit too sloppy. This is a pretty good fit still. The top of it is pretty snug. You can already give it a few bangs and it'll be okay. I can get the head out, which is important right now. But one thing I'm not liking is how the gap here where the handle meets the head isn't at the minimum even. Okay, so that seemed to turn out fairly good, but as you can see, that's flat on the tabletop and the head is not looking very straight on there at all. Now, the real question is, did I bore the hole out too far, too lopsided, or is it more the dowel? I think it's more the dowel being uneven, but I could be wrong. Now I could keep putting this back on the table saw, but I think part of the problem is that the top here is not cut off even. So I think I'll start with that. I'll cut that off even and see if I can't fix it up a little bit with some sanding. I think that's about the best orientation I'm going to get with the defects that I've put into this. And yes, I know it's my defects. It's the things that I've done wrong with it. Okay, so maybe it's not a perfect mallet. The edges aren't great. There's a bit on the corners here where it's been carved for the leg. A bit of the turning is left there. So one corner, the corners of the mallet are all turned in, and this one is flat. I'm still not convinced that the head is on there exactly straight, but will it do to bang on things? Yep, it'll do for that. Okay, so that's the end of this project. It's only a simple little thing maybe. It's mostly about reusing what you already have, things that you might otherwise throw out in the garbage. It's not easy to get a chunk of cherry, get oak, and just be able to use it for for a project like this, some little shop project, or at least it's not for me anyway. I don't want to go out and spend money on hardwoods like that just to be able to make a mallet out of it. So the next time you want to throw something out, maybe you should reconsider and see if there's something else you can do with it first. That's it for today. I'll see you next time I'm down in the shop. Hope you will like, comment, and subscribe and all that stuff, and have a good day. I don't smile worth a shit.